Hello friends, welcome to the Wizmods channel, where we review premium EDC items, high quality and interesting product. Don't you agree, Molly? We have some cool products on the channel. Okay, that's enough. Sorry, no more. Still, that wasn't enough. Today we have an awesome, unique product from a very cool brand from Japan, Muthos Homura. They're mostly known for their awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind knives. I guess I should have taken this out of the sheath. Asymmetrical blade geometries on all of their knives. They don't make for outdoors, they actually do make kitchen knives, but for their outdoors knives, all of them have asymmetrical grinds. Convex, Scandi, and saber grinds on the other side. These are absolute beasts for wood processing. So they've concentrated their outdoors products on wood processing. And that also applies to their Kratos X, which we will be reviewing now. Some basic specs on this X. We have a hickory handle. The weight is 1.2 kilograms. In ounces, that's about 42.3 ounces. We have a cowhide, a full grain leather sheath. The full length is 530 millimeters, so 53 centimeters, or in inches, 20.87 inches. The blade length is 4.72 inches or 120 millimeters, 12 centimeters. The steel is a tool alloy steel with an HRC of 50 plus, and it has an electro-deposited coating in black color. I quickly want to point out the sheath. It is a unique sheath compared to some European counterparts. We have 4 snaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 snaps to undo the sheath. Again, Japan has their own take on things when it comes to blades, architecture, and many other things. And that's how the sheath comes undone. I don't think that it is intended to be worn on the belt with this sheath, but if you're okay with the weight of the X, you can always slide this up, and this is a belt loop for X's, right? So you could use that, but I would say that this X is a bit too heavy to be worn on the side of your belt. Now, what's very, very special about this splitting X is how it is manufactured. We have 3 sections. This is also shown, and I will pop up a photo from their website that more clearly demonstrates these 3 different levels, but this is level 1. The blade edge initiates the split of the wood, then the wood is split even farther with this section, which is thicker, and then we have a 3rd section. Look up Olive Knives Arbor that has a Fibonacci grind, something similar to this. Convex grind also acts similarly, but in just a different way. Now this is also convex grind, but the widening is not as abrupt. I do have some other X's here to do comparisons. These are Hultaforce X's. Both of them are around $80, by the way. If you want a Halsbrook X and you can't afford it, go with the Hultaforce, because Hultaforce is the brand that makes Halsbrook X's, and they're about double or maybe even triple the price. Same exact X's, same exact heat treatment, the same blades, etc. So stop wasting your money, just get yourself the Hultaforce X's if you like Halsbrook X's and can't afford them. This would be more of a splitting X because of the geometry here, plus it is a heavier head. This is more of a hatchet. So we'll do some comparisons, but in terms of weight, these are somewhat similar, the Kratos being slightly heavier. And we have also the legendary Fiskars. This is the Fiskars X7. And it's my throw around X. As you can see, it's rusted because I keep it outside and it frequently gets wet. When I do need to use it for more delicate work, I do sharpen it. but it's a throw around X, like $30 X that I've actually had for maybe almost 10 years now. So I wanted to point out how exquisitely this section is done. Japanese are known for this type of craft, you see. This is halta force on the sides, and this is the Muthos Homura Kratos. Much better. And even though they didn't have to do all these shapes, etc., and they could just rough it out, this looks more appealing to the eye. Of course, you can hammer with the backside of this. Similar with the halta force axes, and similar with the Fiskars X as well. One thing that I wanted to point out, this, as you can see, is not sharp. This is how it came out of the box. It is quite dull, but it's prepared to be sharpened. So because this is a splitting X, also it is HRC 50, it's not a chopping X. It's more geared towards splitting action, and they didn't see the need to make it sharp. Even though for my personal use, I will sharpen this. I won't make it scary sharp. I will put a convex edge on this with my Canonian Work Sharp blade grinding attachment, and that is just because if you have a 1X one tool option for an X, you could cut as well as slice and chop, and so I will sharpen. But for strictly wood splitting, you don't need sharper than this. These X's I've sharpened to a shaving, and I guess I need to sharpen that. This one should be shaving. Yeah, there we go. So I do sharpen my hatchets to a shaving level or shaving degree. Okay, let's start testing. The subscribers of the channel know that I don't baby my blades. I do use hardwoods, oak, wild pear, cherry, and this is the wood that I use for smoking meat in my Texas style offset smoker. So out of all of this would be, maybe this would be the easier piece, and I'll start demonstrating how the Fiskars works. This is more of a hatchet, so it's not really for wood splitting, even though it does split. The handle is shorter. There we go. It does split wood. Let's use the halta force. Let's start with the smaller, with the hatchet. You see, didn't split. Let's use the heavier one. Didn't split. So, because there is already a crack, let me turn this around. We do have a gnarly piece with a knot in here, so it's not an easy piece. Let's use the Kratos X from Muthos Homura. You see how much easier this split this wood, and that is because of the geometry. Again, wavy pattern and knot in the middle. Very easy split. It also split this previous one. Look at the size of the knot. That's how much geometry matters. There's a knot on this one as well, a smaller knot, another knot. It splits immediately. To get the same action, you would normally need a longer handle and a heavier, overall heavier X. There's a huge knot in the middle. Let's see how we do on this one. You see this huge knot bulging out from the side. It destroys wood. Very impressive. I mean, it's split here as well, so it's split it in three pieces, and this knot is holding it together. Another extremely, look at the grain structure on this. Horrible piece. Knot, another knot, Let's see how we do on this one. Come take a look at the split. Let's give it another whack. It's split right down this knot, but then there is other knots holding this piece together. Let's go from the other side. Very, very impressive for this size of an axe. Another knot here, smaller knots all over. This is oak. Another piece of oak, again gnarly. And we have plenty of hindrances here as well. And not here, and not here. Smaller knots, but plenty of them. Crazy. Now obviously this will be an easy one if I can position it. There we go. It just kills wood. Give this a nice, robust, convex edge, which is what I'll do. But for wood splitting, it very much impressed me. Now, of course, unlike the Fiskars X7, these axes have the appeal of the natural hickory wood. But whereas these are conventional shaped axes, just like your conventional knives, the outdoors knives that have either a saber grind, a convex, or a Scandi, this is a special axe. You show up at a campsite with this axe, it'll be a conversation starter for sure. Love what Muthos Homura is doing, as I've said already, reviewing all of their products that I've featured on the channel. The shape is very ergonomic on the handle. I see zero need to do any upgrades to this. So one criteria, certain items that I receive and I like very much, I keep in my personal collection. Others, again, to support the channel, I sell, whether it is knives, axes, watches, flashlights, whatever. Everything that I've received from Muthos Homura, I've kept in my own collection, and this one will be kept as well. So these are the 4 items that I have received from Muthos Homura for review. Again, these are not paid reviews. I just received the products free of charge to do an independent and honest review. All of them stay in my collection. I love all of them, absolutely. 0 upgrades needed to the MH015. Slight work I had to do on the MH001, as I've already mentioned in the detailed review of the knife. I just had to sand down some sharp edges, but this is an absolute monster in wood splitting. The Psycho Edge 01, this is their, I guess, newest model of an outdoors knife. Also loved how this performed, and now the Kratos X will definitely stay in the collection and do a lot of work, make a lot of fires. Thank you very much. Please give the video a like, that helps out the algorithm. It'd be great if you share the video, subscribe if you like the content and would like to see more. Stay healthy and stay safe. Cheers.